discuss about like the relational algebra, which is a very important in terms like in RDBMS, like questions comes from here, from GATE also. You can get any competitive exam, name it, you get questions from this relational algebra. So it's very important topic. So please, if you don't understand today's class, then it will be very much loss from your end. Okay. I'm just sharing my screen. So just a brief description. First, we'll discuss what's a relational algebra. So basically, it's a basic set of operations for the relational model. So these operations like enable a user to specify basic retrieval request. So how do you retrieve? So that is used by the basic queries. All these queries are retrieved by using this relational algebra. One more thing, like relational algebra, we cannot implement it. This is a conceptual one. Okay, so for if we want to implement the relational algebra, we have to go for the SQL. Whatever select statement you are using, that you need to use this one. And the result of our operation is a new relation which may have been formed from one or more input relation. So we'll just explain that. You people can just go through it this one, but I'll just explain what is this relational algebra, how it is very important. So this relational algebra, it consists of different several groups of operations. Okay, so there are basically now here four sets of operations we will see. First is the unary relational operations. Under this unary relational operation, there are three statements are there. You will find three commands: select, project, and rename operations are there. Here we represent the select operation using the sigma. Okay, and we represent the project operation using the pi, and rename we go for the row symbol. Okay, and next is the relational algebra operation from set theory. So even if you people are from SEBA, you are aware of like from class 10 only we get sets. And if you have like class 8 also, if you have advanced mathematics, then we know about it. And if you are from like CBSE, then you know in class 11 12 we have these sets, right? So where we study about the union, intersection, difference, Cartesian products. So all these things will apply in DBMS database. Okay. Now there is binary relation operation also. There consists of these four operations: theta join, equijoin, natural join, and division. And last one is the some additional operation is there, like aggregate operations, where we have various functions like sum, count, average, mean, max, and outer join, left join, right join, and full join, and outer join, outer union. So let's take these operations now one by one. So moving first to the like unary relational operation, we'll study about this. Like in unary relational operation, what happens? You like basically it is a set of operators that take and return relation. Okay, the relational algebra is something that will take some operators, and it will return some relation. Relation means tables here. So unary operation. So now name is unary, means it will take one relation and it will return one relation. It will take one operator and it will return one relation. Okay, so first is the select operation, project operation, and rename operation. Just remember, select operation we represent using the sigma. Okay, so what is the purpose of the select operation? The select operation is used to select a set of tuples, that is means a set of rows from a relation based on a selection condition. So basically this is used as a filtering condition. You need to select some rows. This select operation selects some rows based on some condition. So the selection operation condition acts as a filter. To remove some rows, you can use the selection condition. Next, it only keeps those tuples that satisfying the qualifying condition. We'll see about it, what it meaning, right? It will choose only those tuples means those rows that meets the selecting criteria. Tuples satisfying the condition are selected, whereas whereas the other tuples are discarded. So like other tuples which do not satisfy the select condition, it will be removed from that list. Okay, from that schema. So let's take an example. Okay, suppose here it's this kind of question you can expect from in an exam. So select employee. So name of the schema is the name of the relation is employee employee tuples whose department number is 4. So you think there is a table which consists of some name is employee, and there are a tuple is there who works in the there. So there are some employee who works in the department number 4. So it will show the result of only it will select only those rows whose those rows of employees who are working in department number 4. So how do you do it? You write the table name here, that is a relation name here, and then you use the sigma operator, and here you write department number equal to 4. That means you are selecting only those employees who work in the department 4. This point anyone not clear? This one. See, when we work on the rows, suppose there are many rows, suppose there are 10 rows. Okay, there are 10 rows means 10 tuples, and we only need to find those rows only need to select those rows whose department ID is 4. How do we do it? We first write the name of the relation, that is employee, then we apply the sigma operator, then write department ID, that department number equal to 4. Now this condition, this operation, what it will do? It will select only those rows whose department number is 4. Similarly, here you check, select the employee tuples whose salary is greater than $30,000. So obviously you know that salary is an attribute here, and employee is the relation. So it's mentioned already that you need to select. That means you need to find those rows, right? So salary greater than 30,000, employee. Till this point, any confusion? Any confusion? Yes?
No, ma'am.
No, right?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So by going through it, now you are aware. So this is the syntax for the select operation. That is, you write sigma, then the condition here, and the name of the relation inside the bracket. The symbol sigma, what is it to denote? The select operator. Now the selection condition, that means this one, selection condition is a Boolean expression specified on the attributes of relation, whether it's true or false, right? Like this, the tuples that make the condition true are selected and appear in the result of the operation. The tuples that make the condition false are filtered out and discarded for the result of the operation. Like in the previous case, see, in this case, it will select only the employees whose salary is greater than 30,000. It will print the result of only those employees whose salary is greater than 30,000, and someone having less than 30,000 will not be displayed. So that means it is filtered out. Clear? The part is waiting.
Yes, ma'am.
See, anyone having problem, please, these things, it's very important. Okay, so please, you should let me know. Just wait. Now, there are some properties of select condition. Okay, so what is the select operation? So you know already the syntax of it. So it basically produces a relation S that has the same schema, that is same attribute as R. That means you get the meaning. So means the select operator will only work on the tuples. It will have the same attributes, means the column name as the original relation, but it will select only the tuples here. Okay. Now select is commutative. So commutative, you are aware of it, that property in mathematics, that A plus B. Yeah, everyone, can you hear my sound? Yes, students, please.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
I don't know, Partha is not hearing me.
Yes, ma'am.
Partha, I think
Yes,
probably.
ma'am.
Partha, you check your net. I think your net problem is there. Mine is okay. I think everyone is hearing them. Okay, like if you don't hear what I do, I'll share the PPT in your ERP. Because anyways, I'll be uploading in YouTube. So then you can hear from that one also. Okay. So what it said, this select long years. Sorry. Next, we are aware from class 12 or class 11 concept commutative property set theory, right? A plus B equal to B plus A. Similarly, here also, there you see nesting is there. So there are two conditions are there. This is sigma, okay? Don't get confused. This is sigma only. So sigma of condition 1, sigma of condition 2 of R. If we change it or reverse the conditions also, it will produce the same result. That is, it is commutative. Okay, this is like in simple, like in we go for if like nesting, right? So we can nest it here also, nesting. So we'll probably see some like examples here, then you will understand. So it is also possible, if you want to write this condition, like a cascade of select operation may be replaced by a single selection with conjunction. That is, if you want this sigma of condition 1, then it is nested, right? So if you want, it is equivalent to this condition, right? If you want to remove this bracket and sigmas other where, you can also write one sigma condition here, and you can replace it with AND, A and D. Okay, this is also valid. These are just the properties of select operation. Then the number of tuples in the result of a select is less than or equal to the number of tuples in the input relation R. So already, like, see, in a relation there are many number of rows. So what does the select does? It will only display those rows that satisfy the condition. So that is why it means it will contain how many rows? Either it will contain less number of rows or equivalent number of rows to the number of original schema. Okay, it will not contain greater number of tuples, but it will contain either equal or less. Okay, then for any selection condition C, we have this one, a modular percentage. So you will aware of it. I'll explain it to you later when I show you an example. Just these are the properties you need to remember. That's it. Now next we have the project operation. See, when we want to filter out some like rows, we need to use the select condition. But what if I want to retrieve from the database, then we need to go for the project operation. And always remember, the select works on number of rows and project works on the columns, that is the attributes. Okay, so here first line is written that the project operation selects certain columns from a relation and discards that columns that are part size spacing net problem today. So the project operation selects certain columns from a relation and discards the columns that are not in the project list. Okay, similarly, it also same way, like in select also we have like those rows that satisfy the condition and filter out the rest. But in this project operation, we have those columns that meets the condition, and those other columns which are not, that does not meet the condition, are filtered out. Next, the project operation is denoted by, as I mentioned earlier, it's the pi operator, then the condition, that is the attribute list, and of R, where attribute list is a list of attributes from the relation R. Suppose you check here, pi of employee ID comma salary equal to of employee. That means it will display only employee ID and salary from the entire relation table. So basically, if you think of the SQL query, how do you write it? If you want to write this in SQL, you will write it as select employee ID comma salary from employee table. Okay, you mention the attribute. See, don't get confused with the see, the project here we are using is the select operation in the SQL. Next, the degree of the relation resulting from a project operation is equal to the number of attributes in the attribute list. Obviously, we know what is the degree of a relation. It's the number of attributes. Okay. How many columns are there is the degree. That's it. If only non-key attributes appear in an attribute list, duplicate tuples are likely to occur. Obviously, if you don't have like any primary key attributes, the duplicate values tuples will appear, right? Now this project operation, however, removes any duplicate tuples, means duplicate rows. This is called duplicate elimination. And always remember, the project operation is not commutative. In sigma it was commutative, but here it is not commutative. Next check the nesting of operation. So check the question: retrieve the first name, last name and salary of all employees who work in department number 5. So what we should do is we first need to find out. Don't check this part. Okay, we don't go for the projection operation first. We need to go for the selection operation. So here it mentions retrieve whenever there is mentioned retrieve, always remember, whenever the word retrieve is mentioned, you need to go for the project operation. Okay, so retrieve the first name, last name and salary of all employees who work in department number 5. So what we do, we find the names of we find the employees who works in department number 5. Okay, so how do we do it? Using this one. So if we use this select command, select department number equal to 5, that means these are the people who works in department number 5. Now we need to find what? The first name, last name and salary. For that purpose, we are using this one, projection, first name, last name, salary, and then this entire thing will give us what? It will give us the name, first name, last name, salary of all those employees who works in department number 5. First, what this statement is doing, select of DNO, that is select of department number equal to 5 of employee. That means it is working on the tuples, that is it is rows. It is eliminating, it is selecting only those rows where employees are working in department number in 5. Okay, it's keeping only it's like producing the results of only those employees who works in department number 5 and filtering out all the departments, all other departments, right? Then what is our main question? To find the first name, last name and salary of all employees. So that means we need to find the attributes of this one. That is why we are writing in this way. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What about the girls? Girls, say please if you are clear or not. I know it's like a bit difficult to understand, but it comes with practice only. Let me check the participants. Ankita, are you clear? Or which part you are not clear? Varsha, Jennifer, which part? Okay, I'll repeat again. Okay, I'm repeating it again. So always remember two things. Okay, one thing is that project operation works on, at least you can, okay, nesting of operations. I'm clearing it now, right now. Always remember these things. Okay, this project operation works on the attributes. Okay, that is the columns, and the select operation, that is a selection operation, it works on the columns. Sorry, rows. Okay. Now, if we want to go for these tuples, nesting of these tuples, it's like, first you need to find out whenever it is mentioned in the question retrieve. So always remember you need to use the project operation. Okay, you need to use the project operation. Now, if we go for, where will you find the department number? So if we directly go, if we don't use this nesting part, suppose we are not using this one, select operation, will you be able to find will you be able to find of the names of all employees who works in department number 5? Is it possible? See, all the department IDs will be stored in the rows. Department number is the name of the column. Department number is the name of the column. And we know that project operation works on the columns. Right. So if we are not using, if we simply are using this project operation, then we won't be able to filter out the rows, because we know projection only works on the columns. For that purpose, what we have to do when we go for this nesting, so we first have to find out, first need to find out the name of those employees who are working in department number 5. If we have the, like, people who are working in department number 5 on, like, we have in the rows only those employees who are working in department number 5, then we can, using the project operation, we can easily find the name, last name and salary of them. That is why what we do, we go, though it is written first, but we actually do the inside part here, like the inner loop. Okay, we calculate this one. So here, sigma of DNO equal to 5, what it does is, it only keeps those results whose department number is 5. All other departments, maybe 4, 1, 2, like 3, all are removed and keep. So what is this purpose? Now this is just selecting the selecting the rows where department number is 5. Once you have all the people who are working in department number 5, using the project operation, now you can easily find the name, name, salary. Are you clear now? See, it will come with practice. I'll give you some questions also and get questions to solve, so that you will be able to solve. Okay. Next. Bit confusing, I know. And the last one, in the unary operation, we have the rename operation. Okay. So it is possible that we can rename the uh, table. Okay. So it is also possible to rename the attributes, okay, of a relation or the relation itself. So one we have seen, if you want to rename the table also, it is possible, or if you want to change the name of the attributes also, that is also possible. So before it was F name, L name, salary of employee, but you have renamed to R of first name, last name, salary. Okay, that is how you do it. And generally we use the symbol row for it. So we can also define formal rename operation, which can rename either the relation name or the attribute names, or both. So the general rename operation, when applied to a relation R of degree, is denoted like this. But always remember, the main thing that is important in relational unary operation algebra is that one of select and the project one. Okay, that is why we need to solve as many questions as we can do solve. Okay. So next is the relational algebra operation from set theory. So in relational algebra set operations from set theory, basically we know it's the union intersection and set difference is there. So for this one, the two relations R1 and R2 are said to be union compatible if they have the same degree, that is same number of attributes, and all their attributes have the same domain. Okay, so it's like same in every attributes, like if the one is going for int, other should also go, other table also should go for that int only. It should not follow varchar. So they should come under the same domain. And the resulting relation has the same attribute name as the first relation. Let's check now the examples. You know that union is already represented by a shape U shape, right? So R3 equal to R1 union R2, and the union operation always eliminates duplicate tuples. So if there are with same values are there, same tuples are there, so we remove the duplicate one. So here is an example. See, it is a result 1 is this one relation where we have the SSN, this one 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and this one, and SSN. So if we go for R1 result 1 union result 2, we get the answer this one. So but you can check here, it will delete the duplicate one. So accordingly it should be something 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 should be there, 6 tuples should be there, but here you will find only 5 only, because you see this thing is common 3 3 3 4 4 5 5 5, and here also same thing. So we are eliminating the duplicate one, that is why it will take only one time, right? It will calculate it as 1, and we are getting it 5 tuples. Are you clear about the union one? Union is easy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is the intersection. So what happens, intersection, we know that it will choose the common one, right? So and the both, always remember this, both and we represent it using the inverted U. So the both union and intersection operations are commutative and associative. Okay, you know that is A plus B equal to B plus A is the commutative one, and A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. That's the commutative associative one. So here you see to check the result. So it what will be the result here? Whatever things are result 1 and result 2, whatever SSN we have common, that is the only one. So this will be the answer. So 3 3 3 4 4 5 5 is common to both. So this is the answer. Intersection is clear, like it's a normal set theory concept. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So all these operations will be applying in normal SQL also, okay? And the last is set difference. So in set difference, like in set theory, what we did is like we represent it using a minus operation, right? What does it mean? That the common will be, it will display all those things that are present in R1, okay, and not in R2. So let's take the example of it first, then I'll explain it to you. So here, what it is see, here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, it will be displayed because we are minusing result 1 and result 2. So the common one, it will get obviously eliminated. This common one will eliminate it, and it will print only whatever the things are left in R1 that are present in R1 but not in R2. So you see this thing 8866 is not displayed because that is not present in R1. So we only minus this one, and these things are same. Clear? That difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, right? Clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see there are two like things are there. Like we can go for, if you want to try out these questions, you can just try out. Okay, two union compatible relations are there. So students and instructor are there. So you can go for student union instructor. So you will find the results here, everything. Right, where is the answer for A, B, C, D? Then B intersection. You need to, you can just calculate it yourself if you go for this thing, because see it have the same attributes and the domain is also same. So obviously you can try it out yourself. Okay. I think there is some naming problem here. In student table is there, and this is the instructor table. So if I think this is the union one, this is the union one, this is the intersection one, this is the set difference one, and if you want to go for instructor minus student, that is also okay. Just check if you find any confusion in this one. These are the two tables. This is not A, okay? This is not A. There are two tables, student table and instructor table. Okay, so if we want to go for union, this is the output. Okay, whatever value is there in student one and instructor will be displayed, and if any duplicate value is there, it will be eliminated. Okay, and student and instructor, any common value you will see here, that is obviously Susan Yao, and here also Susan Yao, so it will be here, and again we have the Ramesha here and also Ramesha here, so it will be printed. Student minus instructor. So what are the things that are present in student but not in instructor? First, the common one will be removed. Obviously, this Ramesh and Susan will eliminate, and all the other things in student like table one will come. Other, that is Johnny, Barbara, Amy, Jimmy, and Ernest. Similarly, in instructor, you will find John, okay, John Smith, then Ricardo, Francis. Three things. Anyone not clear? These three operations, anyone? Sorry, yeah, four operations, three operations only, but four questions. Anyone not clear?
Explain again.
Clear.
Not clear, Avinash? Avinash not clear?
Clear.
Okay. So just check the answer. This is not A, okay? There's a mistake in the slide. Let me check if I remove camera. These are the two tables, student and instructor. When we go for union, what we do, we can add up everything, whatever present in student table and whatever present in, we add it together, but we should remember that we should not allow duplicate value. So you will find this Susan and Ramesh is common, right? So this will appear one time, other things will come here. So there is total how many tuples is there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So here will be, I guess 10 will be there, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Why 10? It should it should have been 12, but why it's 10? Because you can find that these two values are common. Susan Yao and Ramesh Shah is common in both the tables. That is why this is it, because in union it eliminates the duplicate values. Okay, and in intersection, what happens is we only take the common values. Common to both table is Susan Yao and Ramesh Shah. And again, in student minus instructor, that means whatever is there in table 1, that will be present minus whatever common. So obviously, we know these two names are common, so this will not be present. Other things will be as it is. Okay, so if you remove these two tables, other things remain. Similarly, instructor was like now if you reverse it, if you minus instructor minus this one, similarly these two things will be not there. That is Ramesh and Susan, other John, Ricardo, Francis will be there. Are you clear? Who is not clear? Please tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? What about Dev? Are you clear? Dev, clear? See, I need to understand. Okay. Sahil, clear? Longkir, are you clear? Longkir is sleeping probably. Okay. Right. So what I will do, so tomorrow I think we have a lab class. Okay. I'll first complete this portion, then only I'll move to lab. Okay, tomorrow I'll give you assignment because we have 3 hours class, so we can just have a discussion. So I'll not move to these things today. We'll discuss about it tomorrow because we have a long. I can explain this Cartesian also, but not now. These things are left. Tomorrow we have a lab class. First we'll discuss this one, then we'll move to lab. But request everyone to like install MySQL, please. I have shared with you the link from where you can download. The tutorial is shared with you people. Please try to install. If you have any problem with installation and you want to go with dbfiddle, that is also okay, but please make sure whatever assignment I give, you do it, okay? And for this part is select and project part, I'll share with you some assignment, okay? You people need to try it out and share with me in the classroom, okay? Probably by today evening only I'll give you the assignment and you can submit, but don't use the net. You are not allowed to use internet because that will be the gate questions that will be like available everywhere, but I want you people to try it out and you can submit by tomorrow morning, okay? So thank you all. Let me take the attendance then. Just wait, let me take the attendance, then you can leave. And thank you for attending the class. I need to take the extra. Yesterday I was not available actually. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.